Hey yo, Wrestling Outlaws, what's up? You've just barreled headfirst into the molten core of VK Punk Wrestling, your soon to be recognized champion of all things professional wrestling, the ultimate battleground for pro wrestling fanatics, where the slams hit like earthquakes, the promos cut deeper than a razor's edge, and the passion so raw it's practically a street fight. I am your fearless Chaos General, Vin C. Punk, here to guide you through the wild, untamed jungle that was Friday Night SmackDown, still buzzing from the absolute carnage of WWE Backlash. This ain't just a show, it's a full on rebellion, and you're in the front row. If your heart's pounding like you just took a super kick to the dome, obliterate that thumbs up button, demolish the subscribe button, and punish that bell icon to stay locked in with every pulse pounding moment here. You want more? You can hunt us down on X, Facebook, and TikTok for exclusive shorts, reels, and behind the scenes heat that'll keep you glued to the action. Feeling like joining my personal riot? You can follow me, Vin C. Punk, on all those platforms as well for all the front row seats to the madness. VK Punk Wrestling. We the ones for wrestling content. Anyway, let's give a quick hype to the champ. Let's throw a massive shout out to our two-time VK Punk Wrestling Channel Champion, A.K. Havoc. That belt was really close to being mine, but we got something new coming up this week. At the end of the week is Saturday night's main event, and I'm storming for that title, man, and I'm coming for it. It's going to be mine. It should have always been me. It should have been me. Okay, so before we get into the rest of the thing, let's go ahead and give a big shout out, white hot spotlight to our partners at Capco Championship Belts. Crafting hardware so jaw dropping it make even the Undertaker break character. These aren't just belts; they're works of art. From WWE replicas to UFC knockouts to custom designs that scream legacy. If you want a title that tells your story, their design guru Abdul is the Chris Jericho of belt crafting, reinventing the game with every creation, blending precision and swagger. Our custom VK Punk Wrestling title is already on its way. It's on its way here. I can't wait to get it. Thanks to our sponsor right here. Check out the teaser pics on the social. It's going to make your jaw hit the floor. Capco's also got the full gear packages, man. Tees, masks, jackets, hats. That'll have you looking like you just walked out of WrestleMania's main event. Slide over to their website, www.capcointernational.com. Scope their real lineup there and drop Vin sent me, VK Punk sent me. Their Facebook and email are all on the credit screen. So this very video, Capco's gear hits harder than a pedigree on the concrete floor. Trust me, you guys will want in on this. All right, so now let's tear into SmackDown like a pack of wild dogs. Joe Tessitore opens the night. He's kind of running down the card. Usually we get to see a lot of people coming into the arena, but today we only get Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax. And I think the new Bloodline too, right? We saw them, yeah. And the main event title clash between Stratton and Jax is announced, and it's looming large. The slick Backlash recap package reminds us of the stakes, and we're off to the races. We hit the arena, and Solo Sikoa's music hits, blasted through the speakers, sending the crowd into a frenzy. He storms out with Jacob Fatu and Jeff Cobb, now rebranded as JC Mateo, for a triple threat Money in the Bank qualifier against Jimmy Uso and Rey Fenix. The fans are losing it, chanting Fatu as Solo grabs a mic, trying to be a little commanding here. He rips into Roman Reigns, blaming him for the Bloodline's fall when he lost the title, declaring it's his time to rebuild the dynasty, starting with a win tonight. Solo tries to lean into Fatu's catchphrases gimmick, mimicking his "yeah, I mean" vibe, but Jacob kind of snatches the mic right from him, his eyes kind of burning holes through Solo. Fatu says he's done everything on his own, every win, every moment, and he'll keep it that way no matter what Solo thinks. The tension is thick as Solo, almost pleading, tries to get Fatu to say, "I love you, Solo," like he did in the old days. But Jacob's response is a little half-assed, barely masking his frustration. So Solo pushes further for that nostalgic vibe, begging for the old Fatu. but LA Knight's music hits like a lightning bolt. The crowd erupts as Knight charges through the stands, leaping over the barricade to blindside JC Mateo with a flurry of punches. He's a one-man wrecking crew, but he bolts before Solo and Fatu can swarm him and get the three-on-one beatdown, shouting from the ramp that he's coming for all of them, all three of them, one by one, and nobody's safe. This, obviously, gets a yay, man. What an amazing segment. The segment was pure dynamite, lighting the fuse for a bloodline implosion that's going to be a must-see TV. The Jeff Cobb to JC Mateo name change, they should have just let him be called Jeff Cobb. It's like stripping a powerhouse of his legacy for no reason. But the storytelling here was chef's kiss, layered with family drama and betrayal vibes. Solo's desperate need for Fatu's loyalty clashed perfectly with Jacob's icy, almost rebellious delivery, hinting at a split that'll hit harder than a Samoan drop. That I love you moment was raw, uncomfortable, and brilliant. Fatu's heart clearly isn't in it, and the crowd felt it. LA Knight's ambush was peak LA Knight, chaotic, cunning, and dripping with charisma. His vow to dismantle the bloodline one at a time is a storyline I'm already obsessed with. If WWE plays this right with Knight picking his spots like a wrestling Robin Hood, it could steal the show for months. The segment balanced high stakes, personal tension, and a crowd popping surprise that had the arena buzzing and me counting down to the next bloodline chapter. Yeah! It was such a good stuff there, man. Backstage, BFAB and Michin are hyping each other. Michin is in a Money in the Bank qualifier match with Chelsea and Alexa Bliss. But Chelsea Green and Piper Niven barge in all attitude. Green's running her mouth about winning the qualifier, oozing confidence in her American gimmick. But the vibe shift when Alexa Bliss strolls through. The air gets heavy. Everyone knows Bliss is a game changer. Bliss hits the ring to a deafening pop. Her revamped music, I don't know. It's quite a few remixes in a year, right? It is different, though, right? Sounded like a straight-up banger, though. It was really good. Michin follows, getting a quieter but respectful reaction. And Green comes out to a modest cheer, still owning her over-the-top persona, which does not make sense without the U.S. title, so I don't know what we're doing here. The triple threat Money in the Bank qualifier kicks off with Michin drilling Green with a vicious kick right at the bell. Michin and Bliss share a quick fist bump, locking in on each other while a series of slick roll-ups and near falls, while Green keeps getting tossed out like yesterday's trash as she tries to get involved. They chase her outside, hurling her back into the ring, but a disagreement over who gets to pin Green lets her capitalize with a jaw-dropping dive that wipes both women out. Post-commercial, all three are sprawled out on the mat, selling the chaos. Michin's up first, climbing the corner to hit a thunderous cannonball on both into the corner to hit a thunderous cannonball on both opponents. But each kicks out at two after she tries to pin them. Green plays spoiler, dodging attacks while Michin and Bliss trade heavy strikes. Green goes for the unprettier, but Michin reverses it into eat defeat, only for Bliss to break up the pin. Bliss lands a picture-perfect tilt-a-whirl DDT on Michin, then climbs for Twisted Bliss, but Green yanks her down, sparking a flurry of counters and chaos. After some wild shenanigans, Bliss catches Michin with a Sister Abigail DDT and pinning her to punch her ticket to Money in the Bank. So this definitely, wow, let's get it. I mean, most certainly gets a yay. Holy hell, this match was a 5-star opener that set the arena on fire. Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green, and Michin, three women who have been criminally underused, delivered a masterclass in pacing, psychology, and pure athleticism. Bliss's return pop was seismic, and her win felt like a statement. But Green's American gimmick still pops, even without a title to chase. I really don't understand why she's still in this American gimmick. Michin was the unsung hero here, holding the match together with her grit and timing, making both opponents look like $1,000,000. The fist bump into betrayal dynamic keeps things unpredictable, and Green's dive was a legit gasp-worthy moment. If you've seen the match in Lucha Underground between her and Penta, you will know that she can do way good stuff, and that's gotten really popular over the last few weeks. This is awesome chants were 100% earned. This match had everything: technical wrestling, high spots, and drama that never let up. Bliss's sister Abigail DDT finish was a brilliant curveball, setting her up as a major player in Money in the Bank. Once again, yay for a match that proved these women are ready for main event runs and left the crowd begging for more. Alexa's back in the division, better watch out. So after a series of video packages hyping the night, Fraxium, which is Nathan Frazier and Axiom, hit the ring to face DIY, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, in a tag team showdown. That was actually really good. Ciampa starts strong, locking in arm control, but Fraxium fires back with stinging chops and a running kick from Frazier that sends Ciampa crashing into the front row. He literally goes over the barrier and into the crowd. So, what a cool spot. Axiom goes for a springboard moonsault, but Gargano's climbing up on the apron and kind of pulls the rope down, and Axiom's foot doesn't hit the rope, man. It was such good timing. This was good stuff. DIY takes over after that, isolating Axiom with brutal teamwork, including a vicious body slam by Gargano that drapes Axiom across the ropes. They cape the beatdown going outside, tossing Axiom into the barricade. Post-break, Frazier gets the hot tag and explodes, unloading a flurry of high-flying offense, drop kicks, dives, you name it. He goes for his Phoenix Splash, but he misses. And Gargano catches him mid-air after he does like a springboard something off the ropes. Catches him mid-air with a super kick, and that really gets the crowd hot. Ciampa tags in, hitting Project Ciampa for a heart-stopping 2 count. The arena's rocking again with This Is Awesome. And Gargano climbs only to get caught by Frazier. Frazier flips out of a suplex, and Fraxium land a really weird tandem move that I don't know how to describe. A springboard moonsault into a reverse DDT for a near fall. Axiom locks in a submission, but Ciampa tries to rip his mask off, but Axiom reverses into a cheap roll-up for the win. Post-match, DIY snaps, unloading a vicious beatdown on Fraxium, of course, until the Motor City Machine Guns storm the ring, clearing house and sending DIY packing. So this match was really good. The Motor City Machine Guns coming out at the end was really good. If anybody deserves it, it's them. However, I have to give this a boo. I mean, let's not mince words here. This match was an absolute barn burner, a highlight reel of tag team wrestling at its finest. Fraxium and DIY went full throttle with Frazier's hot tag, sparking a sequence of jaw-dropping shots that had the crowd on their feet. Axiom's submission work was crisp, and DIY's veteran teamwork, especially at Project Ciampa near fall, was pure gold. The This Is Awesome chants weren't just hype, they were deserved. But the booking, massive boo. Fraxium beating DIY feels like a stretch. They're talented, no doubt, but they're not ready to topple a team with DIY's pedigree. They've been beating all these teams like that lately. They've been beating Los Garza, Pretty Deadly. They are significantly smaller than all these guys. They are not believable as beating all these way bigger acts than them. I mean, when you put them next to Los Garza, it's funny how much Los Garza is bigger than them. But later in the night, they get next to the Street Profits, and the Street Profits are so much bigger than them. I do not believe it. I can't buy it. I can't buy into Fraxium as a deserving and threatening tag team. I just can't. Anyway, Fraxium's rapid rise as unbeatable underdogs is wearing thin. It's hard to buy them as champs over all of these established acts. The Motor City Machine Guns run in was a yay moment, though. These guys are the real deal, and they deserve this push that Fraxium is getting. They're the team that should be in Fraxium's spot. Their presence alone elevated the segment. Boo for the questionable finish, but yay for the in-ring chaos and Motor City Machine Guns stealing the spotlight. I'm sorry, I can't give it to you any more raw than that, guys. I mean, Fraxium should not I, whatever. Please let me know in the comments what you think about Fraxium and how they are just running through the tag division here on SmackDown. Okay, so next we go backstage and Rey Fenix is warming up and Andrade comes in, starts hyping him, saying the Fire and Phoenix Soul will carry him to Money in the Bank. The new bloodline kind of storms through, hunting for LA Knight. Their face is all business. And this is where Fraxium gets confronted by the Street Profits, who lay down a challenge for the tag titles, hyping up their size advantage while Fraxium looks unfazed, ready for the fight. Next, we get R-Truth to sit down with Wade Barrett for an interview, and it is just gold. Anything Truth does is gold. Vintage R-Truth here. He rambles about John Cena's dependability, riffing on his catchphrases and their inspiration, until Barrett shows footage of Cena slamming Truth through a table at the press conference after Backlash, right? Yeah, Backlash. Truth's face falls, but he insists that that is not his Cena. That is not the Cena he knows, vowing to beat some sense back into him at Saturday Night Main Event, where their match is official, if he has to. He's half comedy, half heart, and 100% R-Truth. This obviously gets a yay. R-Truth is a walking legend, and this segment was pure magic from the start to finish. His earnest love for Cena mixed with a delusional denial over the table spot had me laughing so hard I nearly spit out my drink. Truth's ability to blend comedy with genuine emotion is unmatched. He sold the betrayal without losing his goofy charm, making you root for him even more. The match announced for Saturday night's main event is a home run. Truth versus Cena feel like a chaotic fever dream I can't wait to watch. His promise to fix Cena is the perfect hook, blending humor with stakes that feel pretty personal, at least to R-Truth. Yay. Again. For Truth being the heart and soul of this segment, delivering an interview that was hilarious and heartfelt, hype-worthy, all at once. This guy is gold. And Carlito is almost as good as R-Truth, man. But no, I don't think anybody could touch R-Truth. This version of R-Truth is gold. Let him win the title at Saturday night's main event. Okay, so next, let's get serious for a moment because I loved this. My notes were a little mixed up for this one, so if I get something wrong, I'm sorry. Aleister Black's entrance hits, and it's a masterclass in atmosphere. Dark, haunting, and back to the absolute coolest Aleister Black there was. The revamped presentation, he gets the pop-up thing and all the candles. Man, it screams main event vibes. I think he's getting a big push. Damian Priest drops a vignette challenging Drew McIntyre to a cage match. Up in the ante for their feud, Carmelo Hayes and The Miz cut a backstage promo with Melo's just oozing arrogance before facing Black. So they make their way to the ring, and the match starts hot with both men trading slick counters. Miz's distractions let Melo land a diving crossbody, and he controls the pace, grinding Black down with a near fall before the break. Post-commercial, Black flips the script, running hot with a barrage of strikes, kicks, knees, and a Meteora that gets a 2 count. Melo answers with a tilt-a-whirl move, but Black fires back with a German suplex, bridging into another near fall. Miz climbs the apron, trying to call a play, but Black catches him in the devastating Black Mass, sending Miz crashing. The distraction lets Black line up Melo, who's dazed, but the Miz gets in the ring and interferes and gets the match thrown out and eats a Black Mass for his trouble. Black stands tall, staring down the ramp as the crowd chants his name. This gets a yay. I still have a feeling I got some of that wrong. Or it's wrong in my notes anyway. I don't think I remember it. But, I mean, Miz did interfere. The match got thrown out. But this gets a yay because Aleister Black is back. And I know he's been back for a couple weeks, but this is the version of Aleister Black that everybody wants. He didn't really come out like this the first week. And now this last week, he got the thing, part of the entrance. And now it just feels like he is straight up back to the Aleister Black that we all remember from NXT, who won the title from Andrade Cien Almas. This is the Black that everybody wants. Black's intensity was off the charts here. Every strike felt like a knockout blow, and his meteor was a thing of beauty. Mello played the perfect cocky heel, holding his own with slick offense until the Miz's interference backfired spectacularly. The Black Mass to Miz was a crowd exploding moment, and the follow up to Mello cemented Black as a force. The new old gimmick feels like Black is at his peak, and this win is a massive step forward towards a main event push. This feud with Mello and Miz is just heating up. It's got all the ingredients for a long, juicy program. Don't keep a minute too long, though, WWE. Yay for a match that showcased Black's dominance and kept Mello's heat and delivered high-octane action with a story that's far from over. Black to the top. Boom, guys. Okay, so next we get Byron Saxton catching Alexa Bliss backstage, congratulating her on her Money in the Bank qualifying win. She kind of starts to talk, but then she looks, I don't know, about 10 feet away. And I guess sees somebody she knows. She walks over there, and there is Charlotte Flair. And the air gets a little thick. Their histories as friends and rivals hang heavy with a tense exchange that promises future sparks. Nick Aldis introduces Julia to them both as now on the SmackDown roster, hyping her as a game changer, then pulls Charlotte aside for a private chat. Post-break, Drew McIntyre hits the ring to address Damian Priest's cage match challenge. He runs down their bitter history, every betrayal, every brawl, and accepts the match, vowing to leave Priest broken in the cage at Saturday night's main event. So I'm going to give this a yay. I know it wasn't a very long in-ring segment. This was short, sweet, and packed with intensity. Drew's promo was all fire, leaning into his and Priest's blood feud with raw conviction. Every word felt personal. It's like he's ready to tear Priest apart in that cage. The setup for this Saturday night's main event feels like a can't-miss blow-off, and Drew's promise to end it carries real weight. He believes it. Yay for a concise segment that didn't waste a second, building massive hype for a match that's going to be an absolute war. Drew's ready to unleash hell, and I'm here for it. So, next up, we get to the arena, and Solo Sikoa enters with JC Mateo and Jacob Fatu for a triple threat Money in the Bank qualifier against Jimmy Uso and Rey Fenix. The bell rings, and Phoenix gets clobbered by Solo. But he dodges, letting Jimmy and Solo slug it out like he rolls out of the ring. Phoenix sneaks a roll-up on Jimmy, and they trade a blistering sequence kicks, flips, and near falls, while Solo just kind of lurks outside. Solo finally jumps in, yanking Jimmy out and slamming him into the announce table with a sickening thud. Phoenix pounces, launching off the ropes for a high-flying crossbody that takes Solo down. Solo catches Phoenix midair for a spinning solo, then drags Jimmy off the table for another spinning solo that kind of leaves him crumpled, man. Post-break, Phoenix rallies with a flurry of offense, but a weird double-team spot leads to a missed pin by the ref. Really strange stuff. Jimmy lands a super kick on Phoenix, and Solo follows with a lariat to Jimmy. Solo starts cleaning house, going for a Samoan spike, but Jimmy's super kick sets up Phoenix's pin attempt on Solo, which Jimmy has to then break up. Fatu tries to interfere, but Phoenix super kicks him, only for Solo to capitalize, spiking Phoenix for the win. Post-match, LA Knight charges in, attacking the Bloodline with a steel chair, but Nick Aldis hits the ramp, booking Knight versus JC Mateo on the spot, and we're going to get that right now, but let's give a yay to this match. This triple threat was a chaotic masterpiece, a whirlwind of high-flying power and storytelling that never really let up. Phoenix's aerial assaults were breathtaking, Jimmy's grit kept him in the fight, and Solo's dominance tied it all together. The near falls had the crowd on edge, and that missed pin spot added just enough controversy to keep things spicy. Solo's win was the right call. It keeps the Bloodline saga front and center, building towards Fatu's inevitable rebellion, which is going to be seismic, guys. Knight's post-match chair swing attack was pure chaos, and Aldis' impromptu match booking cranked the stakes even higher. This match advanced multiple stories while delivering non-stop thrills. Phoenix looked like a star. Jimmy held his own. And Solo's enforcer role is setting up a fall that will shake the wrestling world. Yay for the qualifier that felt like a pay per view main event, and Knight's relentless war on the bloodline. So good. Love this story, Spotlight. So let's jump right into it because LA Knight and JC Mateo match are in the ring, and their match kicks off with Knight unloading a barrage of punches. His aggression dialed up to 11, but JC halts him with a massive elbow, and Solo's distraction lets JC take control, hurling Knight out of the ring, like really just throwing this man. Uh, and into the barricade. Post break, Knight claws back with a series of jabs and a flying clothesline, but JC's size is just too much. JC lands a Yoranagi for a near fall, then slows the pace with a bear hug, grinding Knight down. Knight escapes, dodging a charge that sends JC crashing into the ring post. Knight kind of capitalizes with a running elbow for a 2 count. Then he goes for the BFT, but JC counters with a brutal slam and a standing moonsault for another near fall. Solo tries to get involved, but Knight springboard off the rope, wiping out Solo, and Fatu with a dive that pops the crowd. Back in the ring, JC catches Knight coming in, hitting the Tour of the Islands for the pinfall win. So the whole match as itself gets a yay. This was classic David and Goliath stuff that had the crowd eating out of its hand. LA Knight's heart and hustle were on full display. His springboard dive to take out Solo and Fatu was a legit holy shit moment. JC Mateo's power game was imposing, and that standing moonsault was a jaw dropper, showing he's more than just muscle. The match blended fast-paced action, submission, and big man dominance, with Solo's interference adding just enough chaos without derailing the story. Knight's defiance in the defeat made him look like a warrior, and JC's win solidified him as a legitimate threat. This match had it all: heart, drama, and big spots, and it kept the Bloodline saga red hot. Yay for a banger that showcased both men and set up Knight's next move in his one-man war. This feud's got legs, and I'm all for it, except for you can't make Knight lose all the time. He just came off that U.S. title run, man. Give him something else to do. And don't make him come back and just start losing matches again. Woo! All right, so after a Legado del Fantasma recap, Santo Escobar pulls Angel aside, tasking him with finding Berto, who's AWOL. Right, so Santos hints at a major shakeup, laying it on thick with cryptic promises of bringing him home. And then Shinsuke Nakamura drops a Japanese promo targeting Aleister Black. I'm pretty sure this thing with Mello isn't done with Black because The Miz interfered, so I'm pretty sure that's going to go. But this is amazing. This Aleister Black and Nakamura, it's what a dream feud that's got me hyped personally. Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton trade sharp barbs backstage before the main event. Stratton hits the ring ready to challenge Nia Jax for the title, but Jax kind of overpowers her early, catching a handspring splash and hanging Stratton on the ropes after that, then slamming her head into the post with a hip attack. Post break, Stratton fights back, landing a Hurricane Rana into the post. That looked pretty good. I didn't know she could do that kind of move. And a crossbody for a near fall. The crowd chanting Tiffy time as Stratton hits a spine buster for another 2 count. Nia answers with a leg drop, nearly sealing it, but Naomi runs in with a chair. But Jade Cargill cuts her off and takes her out, so they just run away. So they run in, they barely make any kind of impact, and they run out. Stratton lands the prettiest moonsault ever, but Nia kicks out, and this sends the crowd into a frenzy. Nobody's ever kicked out of the prettiest moonsault ever. Nia tries to walk out with her title, but Stratton kicks a chair into her face, hits another prettiest moonsault ever, and scores the pin to win the championship. So this gets a yay! Good God Almighty! This main event was a classic. Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax put on a show any pay-per-view headliner, blending Stratton's high-flying finesse with Jax's unstoppable power. The PME kick out was a heart-stopping moment. I thought it was over at that point. The Tiffy time chants were deafening, and Stratton's resilience made her a star. Nia's heel work was phenomenal, and her dominance since returning has cemented her as a main event force. Naomi and Jade's involvement, just the right amount of chaos, I guess. Unlike some overbooked messes, which it has been previously with these guys getting in each other's stuff, man. Way overbooked, and it really muddied it. This time, it was just like a little distraction that went away without a whole bunch of interaction. So it was okay, but I still don't think we needed it. Stratton's chair kick to the PME finish was perfection, however. Crowning her as, retaining her champ and setting up a reign that's going to be electric. This match had everything: heart, stakes, and big moments that left the arena unglued. Yay for a women's division showcase that stole the show and proved Stratton and Jax are the real deal. I'm still buzzing. The women on the WWE roster are getting so many headlining spots lately, and they are killing it. It's amazing. So overall show, right? We'll get a yay. Woo! I mean, there was only one boo, and it was for Fraxium's booking, not necessarily the match, just the booking. But even that match was a banger. SmackDown delivered elite wrestling, gripping storytelling, and a main event that'll be talked about for a while. This was as good as Backlash, maybe better. From Bloodline drama to Stratton's crowning moment, this show was a masterclass in pro wrestling. What a night. Well, there you have it, wrestling legends. You guys are the beating hearts of this VK Punk Wrestling Legion, and we're damn proud to have you in this fight. Let's cut the pyro for a second and get real. Turn the music down. Life can hit you like a steel chair to the spine sometimes. Work, family, those mental battles that feel like you're in a cage match with no ref. But me, we're built like a damn tank. Mental health struggles are just another opponent in the ring, and you don't need to be Roman Reigns to keep swinging, man. Take it one day, one moment at a time. Reach out to your crew, talk it out, or just breathe through the pain. This community's your corner team, chanting your name as you climb the ropes for the big dive. Your story is the main event, and every comeback you pull off is a moment the crowd's going to pop for you. Keep fighting, keep rising, and know we're all in your corner. Now let's crank the chaos back up. Flood the comments with your SmackDown hot takes, Backlash reactions, or just some straight up wrestling love. Make some noise in those comments. Punish that subscribe button. Share this with your wrestling squad to build the VK Punk Revolution and build the VK Punk Wrestling Legion. And track us down on X, Facebook, and TikTok for more unfiltered mayhem, man. I'm Vince C. Punk. This is VK Punk Wrestling. We run the bingo, and we're going to the moon. And we the ones for wrestling content.